How's it going, everyone? It's Khemoswavey and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a tier list on the hardest difficulties in Bloons Tower Defense 6. If y'all enjoy these tier list videos, leave a comment down below letting me know what tier list y'all want to see next. But anyways, let's get started. Alright, we're going to be ranking the tier list today on the difficulties right here. There is sandbox. Let's ignore that. But yes, let's do hardest to the easiest. I have these laid out in a weird way, but I couldn't think of a better way to, format this. But yes, let's go ahead and get started on the easiest difficulty, which is standard. I don't think anybody's gonna argue with me about this one. I mean, standard is standard. There's no restraints. You just beat round 40, round 60, round 80. That's all it is. I mean, the prices do go higher, but anyways, that doesn't really matter. All right, what is the next one? We got reverse. Reverse is basically standard, but the balloons come out the other way. Honestly, it's probably like the easy one, like the second easiest, right? I don't see any other problems. There are some maps where it actually helps you if it's flipped, and there's some maps where it's harder, but either way, it's still the easiest. Next on our list, we have Deflation. Deflation is going to be our third easiest. Let's go ahead and put this in front of like that. Let's do that. It's the third easiest. Just because you either win or you don't. That's how Deflation works, right? You spend all your money, put all the towers that you possibly can. If you win, you win. If you don't, you don't. Next, primary only. I say primary only is the hardest, easier one, just because your restraint is pretty big, right? So instead of Deflation, where you can use all the towers but only have a certain amount of money, it's the other way around. You can have a lot of money but only have a certain amount of towers. But the thing is that you only have to go to round 40, so it's not that hard. Next on our tier list is military only. Military only, in my opinion, is going to be starting off our first normal difficulty. So I feel like for people who get to round 60 that are new at the game, if you're having to deal with military is definitely one of the, in my opinion, the best category of monkeys to use, but it's definitely not the easiest, especially since there's two towers in there that sometimes you just can't even use, which are the submarine monkeys and the buccaneer monkeys. But all the other towers you should be able to use if you have a max level monkey knowledge. So you can't start off with the helipilot, but everything else you can. Also, you still have your hero. Don't forget, in primary only, Deflation, reverse, military, you still have your hero to use. All right, remember that. Monkey knowledge and heroes, you still have all that to use. Next on our list is a magic monkeys only. I'm going to put this right in front of military just because you got to get to round 80 this time. And I know people have difficulties, especially if they're restrained to 6 towers, including your hero. Next on our list is alternate round balloons. This one is going to be also, in my opinion, a normal. It's going to be the hardest normal one because alternate rounds can throw you off if you don't know the alternate rounds, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. If you don't know what comes on the rounds and alternate rounds, then yes, you will have trouble. But other than that, it's really not that hard. It just throws off a lot of beginning players, and even sometimes I forget what certain balloons come on what certain rounds, and it definitely does affect you. Next on our tier list is going to be double HP Moabs, and this will be the Kickstarter of our hard tier list. Hard tier list isn't really hard. I mean, I'm talking about your average balloon players, not your advanced or no lifers. On average, double HP Moabs is slightly a little bit harder. I say simply because of early game. That first round 40 is going to definitely throw you off if you don't have enough damage. Next on our list is Unpoppable. Unpoppable will also go in the hard category. That's funny because it's not hard, it's Unpoppable, but anyways, that don't matter. I feel like Unpoppable is just, the hardest thing about Unpoppable is round 90 and up, right? Round 90 is when you get your first DDTs. Round 95 is when you get your first hard wave. You gotta really put up some good defenses after round 90. A lot of beginning players will struggle, and I mean, I've had people come to my streams, which by the way I do stream on Twitch. They come to my streams and told me that they've definitely been struggling. Next on our tier list, we have Apocalypse. Apocalypse will also go right here, just simply because Apocalypse is like alternate rounds, but even crazier. You can't stop, you can't pause. You simply just have rounds stacking on rounds, potentially depending on the strategy that you're going. Apocalypse can definitely throw you off. Closer to round 60, rounds can definitely stack on top of each other, and if you don't take out the balloons fast enough, you can definitely lose that way. There's not really much to say about it. You can still do everything else, monkey knowledge, powers, insta monkeys and all that, but if you're not using those, this can definitely be difficult, especially on later maps. especially on later maps. That's why I'm also listing this a certain way, because some maps are shorter than others. So if you don't have a lot of time to take out the Moabs or a lot of space with double HP, that can definitely mess you up. All right, to start off, one of the hardest, right? I gave them their own separate categories, but half cash is definitely one of the hardest, if not second hardest. The reason why it's not number one is because you still have powers and monkey knowledge at the end of the day to help you out. Half cash is definitely a struggle for a lot of people. People love to say that this is the hardest one, but it's really not. Chimps is, of course, the hardest one. Why? There's so many reasons why. I mean, you only have 1 HP, right? Instead of half cash, you have, I forgot exactly how much. I think like 100 plus your shield. Can't get no income, no banana farms, no Benjamin. Have to go to around 100. So bad balloon. What else? No monkey knowledge. There's only some maps that like only have one strategy for you to use and beat chimps with, which is actually insane. And in my opinion, the hardest one. If y'all enjoyed today's video, definitely leave a like down below, and if you would like to see more, definitely comment what tier list you want to see next. But anyways guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see y'all guys later.